My name is Shalom Abata. I'm 17 years old. I born in Ethiopia in a small village named Chekra.
My name is Byron Ramos Udiel. Well, I grew up in South Central LA.
My name is Vered. I'm almost 17 years old.
My name is Eden.
My name is Ariana Dino.
They come from different countries, have diverse lifestyles. Some are religious. Part live in Israel while the rest reside in America. However, for the past decade, these young people and many others have come together for a common dream, a dream that will enrich them for a lifetime. Children of the Dream, a project of the Anti-Defamation League, is about diversity, respect, and empowerment. Israeli-Ethiopian teens join with American students, many from immigrant and minority backgrounds, for an inspiring program, building bridges of understanding and preparing for leadership positions in their own communities.
Origins of the Children of the Dream were really a concern about the tensions that existed between old civil rights allies in the African American and American Jewish community. We thought that if we could bring students together at a high school level, we would have a chance to have them look at each other as individuals. But we needed some vehicle. The magic answer for us was Operation Moses and Operation Solomon.
For thousands of years, a community of Jews lived in isolation in the mountains of Ethiopia, believing themselves to be the descendants of the lost tribe of Dan and the union of King Solomon and Queen Sheba. They clung to their traditions and dreamt of returning to their Jewish homeland. In 1984 and 1991, nearly 30,000 Ethiopian Jews were airlifted by the Jewish Agency to Israel. They were finally returning home. For the Ethiopians, the homecoming was traumatic, adjusting to a new culture, a new language.
For the first time, I see a white man. When my father said me he's a Jew. I said, what do you mean? White Jews?
The society didn't accept the Ethiopian at the beginning. They didn't believe that we are Jews.
People don't know us, so they react very disgusting, very disgusting reaction.
The ADL recognized the urgency of helping the Ethiopian immigrants. With the inspiration of ADL member William Lambert, an innovative program was designed to include American teens who have their own personal experiences of immigration and integration. Children of the Dream has 3 phases. In phase 1, a select group of Israeli Ethiopians travel to the United States to meet with American teenagers.
To know that I was chosen from a lot of kids to go to abroad, that is something that I was proud of myself.
I ask myself, why me and not my friends, that they are not black people? And they believe that we are, with the Children of the Dream, can build a bridge between the Jews and between the people that are not from the same color.
Before the journey, they practice communication skills, explore their heritage, and examine their own stereotypes.
The truth, tell me the truth. When we make discussions, I usually don't let the other side to talk. And now I learned that we need 2 sides to talk, to understand each other. Yeah, I'm serious. One man is like his wife to work, and one man doesn't.
So you will sit in the home, and I will work out from the house.
You won't be my wife, so.
You're right, you'll not be my husband, be sure.
What was the synagogue like in Ethiopia?
I was in the village. There was Magen David on the first. The people how they pray in Ethiopia was with the whole soul, and they do it because they wanted to come to Israel.
In Ethiopia, it was very hard to speak with God. It was very difficult, but here in Israel, it is easy to speak with God.
What about in America?
America, I don't know. We are going to find out.
ሃይማኖትክን መጠበቅ አለብህ እስራኤል ይሁዲ መሆንክን ማስታወቅ አለብህ
היא אומרת שכשאני הולך לארצות הברית אני צריך לשמור על המסורת שלי, להראות להם שאני יהודי אתיופי גאה ולא להתחקות אחרי מה שאני רואה שם.
Arriving in the United States, they are hosted by local families across the country. In various high schools, they meet with their American peers and also with the educators.
I was interested exactly in the project because it was bringing over a people who are like a dichotomy. On one hand, they're African, and on the other hand, they're Hebrew. That really intrigued me, and I wanted to be a part of it, and I wanted to learn what they went through in their experiences.
And we went by for 2 weeks till Sudan. The way was very, very hard because there were robbers and killers that they took from us almost everything. Some people died.
And I stand there and I start to tell them how the people died and how they want to come to Israel and to Jerusalem. It's like I saw my grandmother, almost 65 old lady come and went all the way from Sudan, and people died and everything. I saw it in my eyes, so I start to cry, so I ran away from the school.
When you guys were marching out from Ethiopia to Sudan, that's like so important. We should know that because a lot of people right here came from Mexico, came from El Salvador, Guatemala. My mom came from Bolivia, all these long distances, and even walked thousands of miles.
They have a difficult at the beginning, of course, and we have it too. But the difference between us is that we came to our country, the Jewish country, and we belong to them.
The point was to show them that I'm just like them, but I'm Jewish and black. And we have a lot in common.
Students learn about tolerance and how to be tolerant of differences. I think that kids need to learn that more than anything because we're going to be the ones in the presidential positions and politicians and making the decisions for the world.
Did you ever feel like you were less of a person because you weren't like other white Jews? Did you ever doubt yourself? I mean, we're all from different places, but what makes us feel together and united is that we are all of us Jews.
Going into the 21st century, America is still plagued by racism and bigotry. Students are confronted by hate in their neighborhoods, in their schools, and on the internet.
There's discrimination right here in this country. Okay, you say that you hate maybe that word. We're bad. I hate too. I hate discrimination too, from my people too, you know? So, but that's the life. That's the way it's supposed to be here. That's the system of the United States.
Go back to your country. Go back to where you came from. That is one of the things that I have a big problem with because for me, I can't go back to where I came from. I had to leave because of my religion and I can't go back.
I understand completely what you're saying and people have told me that all the time. But I don't think that I'll ever be able to go back to Africa. I mean, I'm so American. I mean, go back to Africa and do what? No, seriously. Be real with it. I was going to say that...
There's nothing more effective than having teenagers speak to each other. Most of these kids have an immigrant experience, and this is the same thing from the kids who came here. And they see something in common, something new, having to adjust.
And it is a program that is without equal that I've seen in terms of breaking down the classical stereotypes of inner city kids, of what Israelis were, their perception of what Jews were, what Israel was.
In Phase 2, the Americans travel to Israel, touring the country and reuniting with old friends.
Defamation, leave.
Help bring peace so the love can increase.
So I got a phone call the next day from Betty Marjorie Green, and it was cool. So I said hello. She said, are you going to come to the meeting today? I said, yes, because I'm going to come right that way.
Anti-Defamation League helps to succeed to be the children of the dream.
There is many stereotypes about Israel.
Like we are always fight with the Arabs, and we are live in a war.
Defamation, leave. Help bring peace so the love can increase.
it was fantastic. It opened my eyes to different things. It made me because I read about how it was in Israel in the Bible, and I really never really saw it for myself and saw how it really was.
That was really cool to see what other religions do.
I saw the whole group just gel together.
Back in the U.S., the American teens participate in workshops for the third phase of Children of the Dream, called the Dream Dialogue. The teens are challenged to seek leadership roles in their own communities.
We want you to get in touch with what goes on around you. You know, everybody, it's natural to have...
Byron was formerly a student participant and is now a program leader.
I don't want to be expected to uphold, on one hand, the Klan. You think I'm going to take responsibility for all these people? I mean, that scares me, that I would have to look. And it's the same with, Asian people being good at math.
So that statement that she said was right on, because I wasn't allowed. Did anybody say I wasn't allowed?
Wants to be a model, friends.
Well, I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood in South Central LA. So I was constantly picked on and beat up and, whatever, chased by black kids. And our house was always broken into by black people. So I grew up with that animosity towards blacks.
I've changed a lot in this program because I've become a lot more aware of my surroundings in terms of both racially and just stereotypes in general. I tend to be a lot more sensitive to those sorts of issues.
What I gained from the program, it made a great impact on my life. I mean, it made me a more accepting person, and it made me appreciate other people a little bit more, and it just opened a lot of doors for me that way.
I don't know a better way to destroy myths, stereotypes, words that have no meaning, by putting people together, which by the very being present and interaction, wipe away the hate, prejudice, and the stereotype.
I feel very happy knowing that there are teenagers in the world that, are very determined and that won't give up so easily on themselves.
I'm more independent. I'm more, I see a new world. When I was in the airplane to Israel from America, I just watch from the window. I see the world in different way. It's like I'm more mature and I more understand people.
Being there, it's made me proud as a Jew because I'm unique. I'm black and a Jew, and it's something that I have special on my own.
The greatest thing in the world, the greatest feeling in the world, is to go out there and talk to kids that are your age or younger than you about these issues, and have them at the end say thank you to you, and that that you've made a difference. That's what keeps you coming back for more.